tell me, your Mood of the Nation polls, your Pew survey said he's the most popular prime minister in the world, 73% approval rating. Then why the election results were like this? Why did the 400 par not happen? Something is definitely there. Why are the Rahul Gandhi videos getting 10x the views?
The moment you make people more conscious of their caste identity, it furthers schisms in society. Rather than trying to unite people, you're actually furthering the divisions, which is easy to do because you're sitting in opposition. His job is not to govern, but to criticize.
And the BJP has never tried to do any vote bank politics ever.
Nobody can deny Rahul Gandhi has been a victim of the most vituperative, vicious campaign of character assassination that any political personality in India has ever faced, at least in my living memory. And I think the Papufication project is dead and buried. Rahul Gandhi today is the agenda. Rahul Gandhi is the story. Rahul Gandhi is setting the narrative. Let's get real about it. And I think the bottom line is this, Rahul, that today the attempt of the BJP to humiliate Rahul Gandhi will boomerang against them.
Ready? Sound. Take 7. Action!
Chetan, you've got this article out where you're basically saying Rahul Gandhi is making a comeback from inept Pappu to Khatakhat Neta. The BJP says no, he's actually playing a very dangerous game. He's trying to divide India. Modi tries to unite India. Rahul's trying to divide India along the lines of caste, along the lines of class, and that this is dangerous. From your perch at this moment, do you want to explain why you've gone from being a supporter of Prime Minister Modi, that time Chief Minister, when you first came out in his support, now thinking that Rahul Gandhi is making what you believe is some kind of a comeback?
Firstly, they're mixing up two things. I'm being an analyst. More than anything, I love being an analyst. The only person I support is myself. Let me be very honest, and it's very fun to analyze rising political brands and falling political brands. Firstly, I'm not coming from sometimes I'm wearing the analyst hat, and the analyst hat simply tells what is happening in the country. And I think it's of some value to people because a lot of people reacted to it, commented on it. And I think it's of very high value to BJP as well, because I think somewhere down the line at the top levels of the BJP, the messages are not reaching. Chamchas have become a hard, thick crust. And the bigger the chamcha, the louder the voice, the lower the IQ usually. And, it is really causing a lot of damage to the brand of BJP, which has honestly, like the election results have shown, taken a hit. Now, Rahul's rise is very astonishing because Rahul, by the way, that Kaun sa Rahul comment, which is being used a lot, is nobody mentions that much that the other Rahul is there. The Kaun sa Rahul was Rahul Kanwal or Rahul Gandhi. There was a genuine confusion, but abhi Kaun Rahul kar diya usko. Anyway, I think the three main reasons. Firstly, Rahul's entire personality has totally changed. And I don't know how. I've come on studio in election results, and I personally admit I had very little hope from him because he was not even coherent. He would say one sentence, he would start some high-level thing, and 5 seconds later, he's lost everybody. And that's just the art of oratory conversation, which we all felt he just doesn't have it in him. And some people have it and some people don't. But lo and behold, it's changed. And I don't know whether it's new fitness regime or supplements or good advisors, but I think it's a lot to do with him being authentic. He is no longer scared to be himself. He is no longer trying to impress. He's just talking to express. He also takes on very tough topics like religion, which taking on the BJP, BJP pura Hindu Samaj nahi hai. That's a big one to take. I mean, that's BJP's territory. And if you miss a beat on that one, you'll be hammered. And the BJP did try to hammer him, saying he's attacking all Hindus and all. But largely, he got away with that whole Shivji, taking out a Shivji's picture in parliament. I mean, that is not something you would have ever expected a Congress leader to do. But he did it, and it worked. It got traction. We live in the times of Reels. We live in the times of YouTube Shorts. It got traction. It went all over. And that's the game, man. Whether it's good or bad, separate story. The second thing I think Rahul Kanwal, is that the people are receptive today. Rahul Gandhi has been trying for a long time, but the people of India were in a thrall. They loved it. We all felt in 2014 that something big is going to happen. That was the promise. There is such a stable mandate. There is such a strong leader. There is such a mood to decisively do things. India is going to be different, man. I mean, India is going to be, everybody's going to progress. There's going to be massive GDP growth. It's a Hindu nirvana happening. And that 5 years later, okay, let's give another chance. It takes time, things don't get fixed. And things were slowly eroding and people were saying, this is not the way things should be done. But you know what? Let this government do it. They know what they're doing. Things will be done differently. But in the end, there will be something amazing. Now 2 terms ended. And now you have all this Agniveer and paper leaks and political allies and other parties, people coming here. It's like any other good old-fashioned Indian
let's unpack
politics.
what you're saying.
I'll take 20 seconds. And that has led to people being receptive to somebody else. Otherwise, they didn't even want to listen to Rahul Gandhi. So Rahul Gandhi is also right place, right time. That matters a lot in politics. He's just at the right place, last time. And my last point in the column is that the BJP has helped Rahul a lot, because Rahul Gandhi needed every hero. We write stories, right? Every hero needs an arc of redemption, where a hero goes, fights a battle, and like destroys and like finally survives to live the day. Now, earlier, if your image was that Rahul is a pappu, pappu means non-threatening, he's just nothing, he's inconsequential, NPC, as they call in video games, non-playable character. Now, suddenly, you're trying to disqualify him, cases, all these things, and he fought all that. Beghar kar diya, ghar se nikal diya, accounts frozen, all kind of things happening, and it's almost you gave him the narrative arc to become a hero. So the BJP did some help there. He should thank them too. So these three things have made it all happen, that Rahul is firing now and it's working. So I don't see even how BJP supporters can disagree with that.
Now let's take it one by one. You're saying the audience is more receptive. What data sets do you have to try and prove that? In Uttar Pradesh, for example, where the India Alliance did well, is the coming together of the Yadavs, the Muslims and the Dalits, and some non-Yadav OBCs.
Rahul,
how do you arrive at this conclusion?
Rahul, first you tell me your Mood of the Nation polls. Your Pew survey said he's the most popular Prime Minister in the world, 73% approval rating. Then why the election results were like this? Why did the 400 par not happen? Something is definitely there. Why are the Rahul Gandhi videos getting 10x the views on Instagram? These are early indicators, right? The article is fun because it's predicting things early. When it becomes fairly obvious in the election results, there is nothing to write anymore. What I'm saying is there are enough signs to tell you the budget. Okay, maybe has such a budget not come before? A little bit increase in taxes is there, but look at the negative backlash on it. What is happening? Have you seen in the last 11 budgets this kind of backlash? And it's not that different a budget. It's not even that bad a budget, but it's happening like this. So this is, are we not seeing this? Are the BJP supporters also not seeing this? I'm very curious to know.
No, because the BJP's charges, some of these are divisive ideas. For example, the caste census. The moment you make people more conscious of their caste identity, it furthers schisms in society. Rather than try and unite people, you're actually furthering the divisions, which is easy to do because you're sitting in opposition. His job is not to govern, but to criticize.
हाँ बेटा, लगता है तुम गू खा के ही मानोगे.
And the BJP has never tried to do any vote bank politics ever.
करवा ली बेइज्जती?
I mean, I'm just asking. I mean, I want to know.
अब्बा नहीं मानेंगे.
I mean, India is divided. India has communities. India has different groups which want different things. Somebody wants a reservation. Somebody wants these things. Now, it is not one against the other. If you go out there and represent them, and that's why how BJP came to power. Hindus were not being heard. 3 or 4 very genuine issues, temple, whatever, 370, all these things were there. And there was a political opportunity there. He's using the political opportunity. Ethically, is it good or not? Is it a moral argument now that Rahul Gandhi is not being really moral and ethical here? Which the BJP is making, that we can debate that. I can't argue that he's being moral or not, but is he doing well politically? That is the first question. No, is it working or not working? अच्छी बात कर रहा है, बुरी बात कर रहा है, वो असूल के खिलाफ है या नहीं, वो अलग बात है. अब ये बताइए, काम कर रही है चीज की नहीं कर रही है, उसका फॉर्मूला वर्क कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है?
How do you know it's working? I mean, in Maharashtra, Jharkhand, Haryana, we will have some indication because ultimately the Congress only ended up at 99 seats. The BJP has 240.
It's working because we are discussing it today on your show. We didn't have these shows 1 year back. It's working because of that. It's working. We are actually considering this.
No, so you say that he would earlier lose his audience. His personality seems to have changed. You're calling his rise astonishing. How do you think he's done it, and why do you think he's been able to pull it off?
Like look at it right now. When he went in the parliament, when he showed that picture of those people giving out the budget, he was blacked out. The visual was changed. For 1 second only, he managed to show it. On your TV screen, you froze that visual. That's exactly what is happening in Reels and Instagram all over the country right now. It worked. It did the job. The more you take the camera away from it, the more people want to see it. Isn't that the rule? Isn't that how it always works? ये मत देखना, साड़ियाँ देख लो, ये वाली आप नहीं खरीद सकते. क्या करते हो आप साड़ी की दुकान में? सर वही वाली दिखाओ ना. I mean, he's playing the game well, and I mean we have to acknowledge that, right? And that is how BJP can counter it. My aim is both the parties do their best, bring out their best. But if the BJP says no, this is not how the game is played or whatever. Dude, if he's going to gain traction, what are you going to do? Right? How many views is his videos getting? Look at the comments on his tweets versus on BJP leaders' tweets. Has it changed or not? Are people telling me that there is nothing? You can say that he's misleading people. That's fine. That I'll give you that. That is your view. I don't know him. Maybe this is what he's doing is not the most pious way of doing politics. Maybe BJP does it better. बट ये तो बताओ कि काम कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा.
So, and Sanju Verma, this is important because Chetan is, at some level, he's been a strong supporter of Prime Minister Modi, then Chief Minister Modi, and Rahul spoke about it today, that the middle class, he claims, to some extent, is now disaffected, wanting to turn against. This hasn't been the case so far, and even the Finance Minister spoke about it in terms of the pushback, some, as you know, from within the caste of BJP supporters. Now, you want to respond to some of what you've heard, that his rise is astonishing, he's getting 10x the views on social media, that the BJP has helped him redeem himself by going after him, and that the audience, and Chetan Bhagat is an influencer, right? So you can agree, disagree, he's putting his views out there, and he can get attacked, he can get supported, but that's the point he's making, and he's had very different views in the past around these two personalities. So how do you look at this as a BJP spokesperson? Sanju Verma.
First and foremost, the last successful book of Chetan Bhagat's, without being offensive to him, was way back in 2014, Half Girlfriend. And his books have been made into successful movies like Three Idiots, etc. But, unfortunately, I think Chetan Bhagat, in terms of articulating his thoughts, is well past his prime. Chetan Bhagat is looking for relevance. Chetan Bhagat is today the underdog because nobody remembers him. His last few books have failed. And he's decided that, he's going to walk over to the other side. He will speak against Modi. He will speak for Rahul. और लोग तालियां बजाएंगे और बोलेंगे वाह क्या बात की है चेतन भगत ने. But anyway, he's entitled to his opinion. I say free speech is something that, everybody is entitled to. Let me speak on hard facts. I will not speak in the air and make castles in the air, that to flaky ones like Chetan Bhagat. Oh, Rahul की 10x ज़्यादा views हैं YouTube पर. Oh, Rahul Gandhi ने देखो कैसे Hinduism पर बात की Parliament के floor पर. Chetan Bhagat, these are some hard facts for you. I have been an investment banker, and I hear from what little I know of you that you were an investment banker too. Before you decided to turn an author, you were successful, and now you are again knocking on the doors of failure. The GDP in absolute terms was barely $2 trillion when Narendra Modi took over in 2014 as the Prime Minister. Today it's close to $3.9 trillion. We've added almost another $2 trillion in just 10 years, which is phenomenal by any yardstick. Chetan Bhagat, now listen to this. The world's largest financial inclusion scheme, Jan Dhan Yojana, with more than 53 crore bank accounts opened under Narendra Modi's regime. The world's largest sanitation scheme with more than 12 crore toilets built, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, thanks to Narendra Modi.
Okay, go back to Chetan Bhagat to respond what you heard from Sanju Verma. You are attacking BJP supporters. She's saying Chetan is seeking relevance. His books are not selling. He's seeking relevance. That's why he's looking to switch to the other side. Chetan Bhagat.
मैम मैं किसी साइड नहीं स्विच करा. मैंने तो शुरू में भी कहा कि I'm just being an analyst. As an investment banker, you should know when an analyst analyzes a company, he's not a supporter of that company or not supporter. He's merely giving a temperature check. कि वेदर टेम्परेचर क्या है, पहली बात. आई थॉट यू न्यू दिस. ऑल्सो आपको पता है मेरा कैरियर कब पीक करा कब नहीं करा. मुझे आपके केस में तो मुझे ये भी नहीं पता आपका कब पीक करा और कब नहीं करा या अभी कर रहा है. आई डोंट नो.
This will get very personal. It's not right.
बिकॉज मैम वो रेलेवेंट नहीं है ना यहाँ पे. नहीं मैं तो कह ही नहीं रहा. मैं तो कह रहा हूँ कि हम तो
You lost your relevance. You're well past your prime in terms of
मैम I will never lose my.
Ma'am, Sanju ji, let him speak one at a time. I'll come back. Let's have some decorum on this debate. Let's have some decorum on the debate. Otherwise, how will we do this? Yes.
एक मिनट, आप अपने पर्सनल बात कर ही लिया तो मैं आपको बता देता हूँ मैं कैसे देखता हूँ उसे. रेलेवेंस मैम सिर्फ पता नहीं आप किस चीज से मेजर करते हो. आई एम अ फादर, आई एम अ सन, आई हैव चिल्ड्रन. लाइफ में रेलेवेंस बहुत चीजों से आती है मैम. एक चीज ये याद रखना आप, ठीक है. तो और दूसरी बात ये कि मेरी अभी बुक आई थी फरवरी में, 11 Rules for Life, नंबर 1 बेस्ट सेलर है. I still get highest paid author in India and still number 1 in all my books. I have 5 publishers who are saying kab agli book likh rahe ho. I have so many contracts lying around. I mean my investments have done really well. God has given me so much और आज भी बहुत है. I don't come on India Today so much because I'm sorry they can't afford me all the time. Rahul, you know that. I went to another channel for the elections because वो हिंदी में थोड़ा ज्यादा budget होता है उनका, so they can afford Chetan Bhagat. I came today because Rahul is a friend of mine and I cannot say no to him. तो इसके लिए मैं आया हूँ. तो मेरा रेलेवेंस क्या है नहीं है, मेरी राहुल कन्वल से दोस्ती है, उसकी रेलेवेंस आप नहीं समझ सकते, उसकी वैल्यू आप नहीं समझ सकते, ठीक है. और प्रेमचंद भी लेखक था, उसकी बेस्ट सेलर कब भी होगी. तो आज प्रेमचंद रेलेवेंट नहीं है. आप बोलेंगे कि वो महान लेखक नहीं है. हाँ, रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर अब लेखक नहीं है क्योंकि ऐसे नहीं सोचते मैम. ऐसे नहीं सोचना चाहिए. आज हम बात कर रहे हैं स्पेसिफिक मुद्दे की. नहीं, मैं आउट ऑफ लव कह रहा हूँ मैम, ऐसे कोई बात नहीं है. मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ, मैं आप आते हो, आप पार्टी को डिफेंड करते हो, आपका काम है, बहुत अच्छी बात है. मैं आपकी पार्टी की केयर से ही कह रहा हूँ ये बात. अगर कुछ बात हो रही है तो उसको एक्नॉलेज. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि जो आपने अच्छी चीजें कही हैं वो नहीं हुई हैं. कुछ अच्छी चीजें जरूर हुई हैं. ऑफ कोर्स 10 years इज अ लॉन्ग टाइम. कुछ तो अच्छा हुआ ही होगा. बट इफ देयर आर सम some worrying signs for every poll. What is the strength of BJP? They always had ear to the ground. They know फटाफट वो ठीक करते हैं. ये कैसे हो रहा है, पब्लिक को नहीं अच्छा लग रहा है, ये चीज अच्छी लग रही है, ये ऐसे करते हैं. So वो उसमें बताने का, you don't become an opposer, you don't become enemy, यही तो प्रॉब्लम है. जब अगर ऐसा कल्चर बन जाता है कि तारीफ करो, नहीं तो you are going to the other side. ये कैसे मैम?
The BJP's charges Rahul's trying to divide India instead of trying to unify, be mature, be sensible. He's saying these things, he's getting claps and clicks for it, but essentially it's trying to divide India along caste lines. Sanjay Jha.
Rahul, that's a preposterous charge. It's laughable, it's ridiculous, it's absurd, it's atrocious, it's ludicrous. Now, that answers your question. Let's not even waste time in BJP's rather crude and extremely misleading rhetoric. Give me 30 seconds and I'll try and answer all the points. I don't need so much of time. Point number one, nobody can deny Rahul Gandhi has been a victim of the most vituperative, vicious campaign of character assassination that any political personality in India has ever faced, at least in my living memory. And I think the Pappufication project is dead and buried. Rahul Gandhi today is the agenda. Rahul Gandhi is the story. Rahul Gandhi is setting the narrative. Let's get real about it. Point number two, it's very rich for the BJP to have ridiculed him in the past and got away with it. When you have a prime minister who after 10 years doesn't even have the courage to do a press conference, speaks on a teleprompter. And if you heard his speeches during the election campaign, I have not heard any political leader. I requested Rahul for no interruption. I'm not going to take too long. No political leader made as crude, vulgar speeches as Mr. Modi made. Brands are made by what you do. Brands are made by what you say. Mr. Modi's brand is diminishing fast. And I don't want to get into what's going to happen in the elections, but we'll see in a couple of months. Point number three, you know why Rahul Gandhi is becoming a rage? I'll tell you why. He's becoming a rage, trust me. I'm saying so myself when I have very often in the past been critical because he used to go into hibernation. He's taking up issues that are connecting with the people at last. It's not that he was not saying them earlier. Crony capitalism is today hitting the sweet spot in everybody's head and heart. I've seen how one very fancy, big fat wedding is actually an object of memes. Nobody had imagined that around a year ago. Point number two, political power. You know, his whole talk about 2-3 people running the country, I think everybody today is talking about it. Even people who don't know what to talk about democracy and constitution.
No, but maybe these are the people you're speaking to because that's your echo chamber, Sanjay Jha.
No, hang on, let me finish. Point number three, regulatory power, the capture of institutions, the CBI, ED, income tax, the whole washing machine story has connected. If you hear Rahul today, he's talking about the Chakravyuh. He's talking today in a soundbite friendly language that has a potential of amplification. And I think that is exactly what politicians need to do in a society suffering from an acute attention deficit. The bottom line, Rahul, is this. Rahul Gandhi has arrived. Let's not spend any more time
Sanju Verma,
in that
the
confabulation.
data suggests, for what it's worth, that his social media posts are clicking more than those of others and that there's been a big spike. Sanjay Jha uses that to suggest that Rahul Gandhi has arrived and that the Pappufication project is long dead and buried.
Rahul, I want to say a couple of things. First and foremost, there's a famous saying, I remember as a marketing student by Philip Kotler, that the biggest disservice you can do to a brand is not knowing when it is dead and not taking it off the shelf. And I say that for Rahul Gandhi. You have the likes of a done and dusted Chetan Bhagat. You have the likes of a suspended variety leader called Sanjay Jha, whom his own party does not take seriously. About the strengths of Rahul Gandhi, to main inko yaad dila do. For the first time in 62 years, the incumbent came back to power, and that man is Narendra Modi. When the incumbent...
The point that was made by Rajat Sethi was the 15% gap in vote share at the base. Moving the base on a national basis by 1 or 2% is a monumental task. There's the difference of light and day at this moment in the vote share of the two big national parties. Very quick to sum this up and wrap it up. Sanjay Jha.
Rahul, I'll tell you why that is an atrocious argument used by the right-wing cheerleaders, because that's exactly what they said before the 2024 elections in Uttar Pradesh, and you saw what happened. Politics is dynamic, Rahul. It changes. The BJP went from 2 to 300. They could be down to 100 seats. I'm going to tell you this right now, that after the Bharat Jodo Yatra, and now as the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi is a transformed man. He is a transformed man. If there are snap elections head of the Lok Sabha today, don't be surprised if the BJP today could be down to 150 seats. I think brands rise up, brands diminish. And I think the bottom line is this, Rahul, that today the attempt of the BJP to humiliate Rahul Gandhi will boomerang against them even more.
Okay.
शाबाश बेटा, बहुत बढ़िया.
नाक से बाहर निकाला, उसके बाद मेरी भक्ति गुल हो गई। अब बताइए मैं क्या करूंगा?
एक बहुत सिंपल सी टिप आपके साथ शेयर करती हूँ। अपने हाथ को इस तरीके से रखिए। इफ यू लुक एट दिस फ्रॉम योर साइड, आपका लेफ्ट हैंड आपको बी के जैसे दिखेगा और राइट हैंड आपको डी के जैसे दिखेगा। बी एंड डी। बी फॉर
थोड़ी मदद रखिए।
वे मैथों तेरा मन पड़या।
खत्म। बाय बाय, टाटा, गुड बाय, गया।